Welcome to The Deals Behind the Money. I'm Mary Kathleen Flynn, and I'm here with David Karp, the founder of Tumblr. And I want to get an update on Tumblr because you've got an awful lot of things going on, including a new version of the service. So let's talk about that. What's new with Tumblr?
Oh, we've been really busy over the last few months. So, I mean, the most exciting thing for us is we built this with a very simple premise, which is we wanted to build this really, really simple platform for self-expression and sharing and publishing. And it's been really, really clear that our community is doing so much more with it than we could have ever hoped to do on our own. So this latest release was very much about turning Tumblr into, well, taking it to the next level as a really powerful platform for these people who are building on top of it.
Well, one of the things that first struck me when I first looked at Tumblr was how beautiful and how visually designed it is. But for people who haven't seen the service, but who might know some other social networking tools like Facebook or Twitter, tell us the difference between Tumblr. What's its real strength, and how is it different from the others?
I mean, when we look at the spectrum of kind of apps on the web, of all these like websites where people live, they're generally very specialized tools for one type of publishing or sharing or consumption, whatever it is. So Twitter, you've got your 140 characters to let your friends know what you did that day, and then you follow all of your friends and you consume this big river of updates basically and just sit there hitting refresh. Facebook, same thing. They're generally a little more meaningless. They just help. Facebook makes it really easy to just churn out these updates for the parties and photos that your friends were tagged in basically. Tumblr was really an experiment to see, can we take the more meaningful side of publishing, right? The kind of stuff that people curate, share, and voice on a long-form blog, but make it as easy to publish as the short-form services like Facebook and Twitter. And so far it's been working, and it's been there's been a lot to consider in kind of getting it just right, and there's a lot we're still figuring out, but it's what makes it so special, I think, and why we like it so much, is it lets us share ourselves in a way that we really like, and it lets us create an identity that we're really proud of.
So let's talk about financial issues for a moment. That tricky thing, revenues. A lot of people are putting pressure on startups to show revenues. Do you have any yet? And is there a hope of a revenue stream in the future?
Absolutely, and it's something we're taking much more seriously, and our board is taking much more seriously since we closed our last round. It's actually been very interesting to see how that dynamic changes. Going from
more pressure,
a smaller round to a slightly more real Series B this time, and it's something that we've been considering from the beginning, and we always believed that this thing could both be a real mainstream product and be something that is self-sustaining as a real business.
So how? Be a little more specific. What
lots
are the
of ways
revenue
actually.
Opportunities?
The easiest one to explain is just paid services, right, on top of Tumblr. So that is, you get this great free suite of tools that we give you, and the plan has always been everything that's free today and that we'll be launching for free is going to stay free. But there's all of this neat stuff that we have in the pipeline that we imagine will one day be turning on and charging, $5 a month for, or $10 a year for, whatever it is. And so that's an easy road. But some of the more interesting things are, as Tumblr becomes a platform, figuring out how we can sell that as a service to bigger things, bigger people who are looking to use it in interesting ways, I guess.
All right, talking about one last thing before we let you go, and maybe this is also over your head. I forgot, of course, to mention that you're only 22, so a young entrepreneur. But you mentioned your Series B. I was, congratulating you for getting it. But one thing that intrigued me was that it didn't include any outside investors. It was from Union Square Ventures and Spark Capital, your existing investors. So were you out there trying to raise funds from others, or what happened?
We weren't. We were thinking about it, and again, this is way, way over my head, and I was just trying to, understand and be responsible with where we were a few months ago when things were really changing. I mean, the market was falling out from underneath us, or so I was being told. And I was trying to figure out what I was supposed to be doing and thinking. Right around that time, our investors, I feel so fortunate to be in business with these guys, our two lead investors, Spark Capital and Union Square. And they came to us and said, look, this is what's up. We really believe in you. We love this product. We like what you guys are doing. We like this team. And I think they liked where our heads were at that time, where we realized, okay, we had a great first year focusing on product, but this was our time to kill it, and we were going to need to bring in help. We were going to need to take ourselves a little more seriously, and we were going to need to focus on some new things. And they appreciated where we were, and trusted that we were ready to take this thing to the next level, and they came to us right away with a deal that was just great. And again, I feel so fortunate to that they felt that way about us.
And that you didn't have to go out there trying to raise new funds. They came to you. All right, thank you very much, David Karp from Tumblr, and thank you for watching Behind the Money. I'm Mary Kathleen Flynn.